Hello, welcome to the exciting world of Rose and Carter Do the JOB. It's Friday, tag team day. Bully Boy Carter's pick this week of Hart family members in tag matches. Bret Hart's right up there on your fucking top list, isn't he?
Yeah, and Owen as well, to be fair. I put Owen up there as well.
I like Owen's pretty high on mine. But primarily, in fairness, all the Harts are kind of known for tagging, aren't
they are generally, yeah. Especially
they? Various other partners,
you got, sorry?
either with each other or various other partners.
Yeah. Especially I think as well, I don't know, but I think especially the lesser known Hearts, like Bruce and Keith, were primarily tag wrestlers anyway, whereas obviously Bret broke away on his own and that, and Owen had tagged, here and there with Davey and Yoko and everyone else. But generally, I think Keith and Bruce were generally just tagged, well, mainly from what I've seen on them in Stampede and that. But yeah, they're all known for the tagging, really.
Was it Keith with Pillman?
Yeah, Keith. No, Bruce was with Pillman, weren't he?
Yeah,
Bruce
was that
Pillman?
Bad?
Hey, yeah.
But I've seen them tag with each other, and sort of the lesser known one, Ross. I remember seeing on a British show tagging over here with.
Yeah,
that could have been with Owen. To be fair, a very young Owen.
Yeah, possibly, because they were both over here, so it could have been Owen.
Yeah, it must have been 87-ish, I suppose. So a very young Owen, but
Owen was I think 18 when he came over here,
right.
18, 19 in his early days. I'm sure he was.
Right. Like normally, I kind of research the people that we're looking into, but it's fucking impossible to do all of them, isn't it? Because, like we said before, the bloodline goes far further than just the Hart brothers and dad. There's all the fucking offsprings through marriage, but still kind of have a bit of Hart blood. But who did you have first, mate? You go the first one.
The first match. Let me see. Yeah, mine's easily in order. It's obviously the matches. I think it's really easy to tell which fucking comes where. So I'll go with the first one. This one, I'm believing, is from the 90s. Hang on, let me just check. This one, because my second one isn't until 98, 99, I reckon the second one is. So this one will be the first one, and it's from Stu Hart's 80th birthday.
Right. It's a good show, that, isn't it?
Yeah, very good show, actually. I'm sure this is from that Stu Hart's 80th birthday show. It was a Stampede show, weren't it?
Yeah. But they had the boys on it.
Yeah, that's right. Because this
from WCW, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure this is from that show. I'm sure, reading the description, because I can't. I think I've seen the show as a whole once, so I can't remember. But I've seen the matches from it more, regular, on off here and there. So this one is Bruce and Pillman against the Funk Brothers.
Oh wow, okay.
So, I mean, in the description it says Stu's 80th, so I assume it is from that show, or at least the weekend of the show. But anyway, yeah.
I remember the matches from it, other than maybe was it 1, 2, 3 Kid and Radford?
Yeah, and
I think first, maybe Razor.
Did Bret have Razor?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Davey, so, I'm probably almost definite was on it. Makes sense.
Quite a big show, really. I think it shows what fucking, what Stu was thought of, because he had some fucking everyone on it, from fucking everywhere. And the fact that they've got Bruce and Pillman against the Funks, that's a pretty fucking, big deal to go against the Funks and that. So, so this match I fucking thought was brilliant. It was it was a typical fucking Funks match, really. It wasn't really a crisp structured match, but it was a very fucking entertaining match, and there wasn't a whole lot to it, maybe 10 minutes long or something. But So Bruce and Terry start, and they do that spot where fucking early on they do that spot where Terry's fucking hanging up on the ropes, like like
right, and it sort of springs back.
yeah. They do that in the first fucking 30 seconds, and Bruce keeps fucking pounding him with his elbow, I think, on his head, and he keeps fucking flying back and that. They do that real early on. Yeah, Bruce just keeps nailing him. Pillman gets tagged in. They do like a double headbutt, Pam, and then the fucking next thing I know, Pillman gets low blowed, so that starts heat on Pillman straight away. But then they go to the outside, and Terry's on top of Pillman outside. Boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden, Dory, like they're back in. Dory's legal, so it's Dory and Pillman now. Dory hits the butterfly suplex, gets a 2 count. Hits a regular suplex, gets a 2 count. Fucking Terry comes in, fucking gives a DDT to Pillman, but Bruce breaks it up. There's a point where now, yeah, they go into like a hot tag type situation. Well, I say hot tag, it's kind of Pillman just ducks a clothesline basically from Terry, and fucking as he ducks it, he's where fucking Bruce is, so he's fucking just tags him in there, and then boom, Bruce comes in. I think the line might have been. I think the line might have been from Dory actually, because it's Bruce and Dory in the ring now anyway. And they're going fucking. Bruce and Dory spill to the outside, and they're going through the crowd fighting. It's fucking chaos everywhere. The crowd are loving it as well, and fucking. I've wrote here as well, like Ed Whalen. I don't know how often the Funks. I know they were in like Stampede here and there, but I don't know how often they were there. But Whalen, like commentating, he looks like a fucking little kid at Christmas. Like he's loving it. Like it's the most excited I've ever seen Ed Whalen. Like fucking loving the fucking Funks. I don't know if they were used to the Funks or not, but he was visibly there enjoying the fucking action. And then there's a point outside the ring as well where fucking like Terry's out there. Yeah, I think they're all outside at one point. Terry's got the chair wrapped around his head, like like the steel chair wrapped around his, walking around, and he fucking takes it off his head outside and just throws it away. But it comes back and gonks him right on the fucking dome. But like, I'm pretty sure he's planned to do that because he didn't throw it that far. He just threw it off and just stood there and fucking like nailed him and that, which made me fucking laugh as I was writing it. To be fair, conks him back on the edge. Yeah, they're back in. Pillman's in control now on Terry. Hits a power driver on Terry, but Dory comes in to break it up. It's fucking all action here. There's another DDT, but this time it's not broken up, and Terry kicks out of it. There's a back suplex by Pillman. That goes into the actual hot tag there. And then Bruce hits his fucking... The hot tag basically goes from the back suplex from Pillman and on Dory. On Terry, I think. Yeah, on Terry. Then there's the hot tag. So Bruce fucking hits that clothesline finish that he does that fucking rattles his opponent's skull off the fucking mat every time he does it. That just looks fucking like, I mean, if someone says to you, "Oh, my finish is a running clothesline," you're like, "Oh, take that all day, every day." I mean, but then like telling you, "Well, your skull's gonna have to crack off the ground," you know what I mean? Because he does it every time. So Bruce hits his finish. Finish on Dory, I think, and Terry breaks it up. And then there's a massive like top rope splash by Bruce, like snooker style, fucking 2 count on it. And then there's another line by Bruce on Dory.
See Bruce doing something hard, I thought.
No, I didn't as well. Like, I was fucking shocked by it. But like, because at first when I seen it, I had to look again to make sure it weren't Pillman doing it. But I fucking looked, it's not, it's fucking Bruce, unless my fucking eyes are deceiving me. But yeah, so and then there's another line by Bruce on Dory, but instead of this time Terry breaks it up again, but with a fucking steel chair, bam, fucking DQ finish. There wasn't really a structure to it, but very enjoyable, and the crowd were really into it. But yeah, it was a DQ finish with a chair, which I think was probably the right ending. You know, it's like at Stampede with Bruce, the Funks ain't gonna lose clean, no way, no how. Like, you know what I mean? And they're not gonna fucking have them coming in, going over a Hart, and then going leaving, are they? So I think the DQ finish was the right call to make. I think so. But
it's
very,
the only option, really, wasn't it?
yeah, very enjoyable. Fucking loved it. To be fair, 10 minutes of fucking mayhem. So boom, fun.
Gosh. My first one is the 16th of May '89 from WWF Primetime. Owen Hart in the mask, blue blazer, and Hillbilly Jim versus Bad News Brown and the Brawler.
Oh, that's a fucking. That's a fucking. You couldn't get 4 fucking odder characters, could you? Fucking hell.
But I really enjoyed it. It was proper bouting. Tony Schiavone and Alfred Hayes doing the commentary. Mike McGurk's the MC. Beautiful woman. Hillbilly Jim gets in the ring and he's dancing with fucking Blue Blazer and Hebner, the referee, and all that bollocks. It's one of them. Just if you're not smiling watching Hillbilly Jim, then you're clearly dead inside. Bad News Brown and the Brawler start. Straight off, Brawler kicks Owen, Bosch, punches him, head to the buckle, fucking posts him. Owen goes in forward like Bret do, fucking boing, and he fucking rows him. Like the speed that he goes in. And after hitting it, he's like, it's fucking brilliant. Then there's like a fucking, Owen's down and he fucking stomps him in the darb. Another fucking head to the buckle. Posts him again. Owen goes up and over. Brawler tries the hip toss after that, though, but he sort of does that head over the back and fucking flippy thing right into a head scissors. Like on the flip, instead of going over to his feet, he sort of went up and did a head scissors.
Oh, yeah.
Right good that was. Tag, in comes Hillbilly Jim, who does the fucking clap round the head, with, Brawler's head with his hands, how you get out the fucking bear hug, that kind of clap. Bosh. Brawler cuts him off in the throat and then fucking rubs his eyes across the ropes and all that shit. He tries to, he kicks, Hillbilly kicks the Brawler. He sort of, Brawler catches the foot, spins him round into a fucking whip into the ropes, which was pretty cool and pretty, like, Hillbilly Jim, people knock him, but he's pretty fucking agile, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, he is, yeah.
He tries to kick the Brawler catches it, he spins him round into the whip, and then like a bear hug after the right off the whip. Brawler in the eyes to get out of that fucker, and then he tags Bad News Brown in, who slows everything down and just pretty much just fucking clubs Hillbilly for a little bit, very short amount of time, and then Brawler comes back in again. There's a little bit of heat on Hillbilly Jim at this point, not a lot of shit though. And then off the ropes goes Hillbilly Jim. Brawler sleeps to him. Hillbilly cartwheels round him, very nice. And then sort of almost bulldogs the Brawler after the cartwheel. It's all very well timed and well done, like. Blazer's back in then, clothesline to the fucking Brawler, clothesline by the Brawler right quick. Like he literally comes in the ring, gets fucking clopped straight away. Bang. There's a slam by Brawler and then just like a small amount of attack and a backdrop and a fucking he tells Bad News, I've got this. Which you think you're the Brooklyn Brawler, you haven't got this. It's never a good thing, is it, right? I'm thinking, he's fucking doomed here, the Brawler is. Reverse the whip, belly to belly by Blazer, which was his finish, I believe, at some point.
Yeah.
Both Owen Hart and Blazer. Bad News Brown's tagged in real slow. He's bitching at Brawler and he's like, fuck you should have tagged ages ago. Blazer then slams Bad News and you think, right, it's fucking game over, isn't it? Blazer misses the dive off the top. Ghetto Blaster fucking only goes and pins Blue Blazer.
Yeah.
Fucking Brawler and Bad News Brown go over. shocked me.
Yeah.
I was shocked and stunned. Bad news,
Yeah.
Brown. Bad news, Brown bitches at Lombardi and walks off.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't fucking believe it. But
That
yeah,
sounds good though. That's fucking my
good.
type of match, to be fair.
Yeah, very good match that.
Yeah, sounds all right. All right.
Yeah.
I'll do my next one then. So my next one is actually a lot later. This we're cracking on already here. We're on fucking. It's a tag title match, and it's Kane and X-Pac against Owen and Jeff Jarrett.
You've gone fucking right new, you, ain't you?
Yeah, I thought I'd.
Comfort zone.
You are.
You're out your comfort zone here.
I know. I thought I'd mix it up a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought I'd fucking see what's going on. So I've gone from basically like the early that 8 Stu show must have been what 93, I guess.
Yeah, got to be mid-90s, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I've gone at tag titles. I'm guessing this is 99 because it's before DX got back together. Like not like I mean X-Pac and his DX like split, and then they got back. I think late 99 maybe. Because they got back together when fucking X-Pac was with Kane, didn't they? And then X-Pac turned on him. So it must have been about 99, this match, I reckon.
That period is right blurry for me because the interest was dying.
Yeah, so because I remember when they got back together, DX, what happened was they done that angle where X-Pac was with Kane. They were like a tag team. And basically, during the same period, there was a match that was it was The Rock and Austin against Triple H and someone in a tag match, and fucking X-Pac came down. I don't know what the fuck he was doing there. Cost the match because he fucking gave The Rock a spin kick or whatever, and I could just see him. I remember it fucking like it was yesterday. He's like throwing the fucking shirt. So like like Austin gets thrown in the beers. Someone threw them some fucking DX shirts, and they put all the DX shirts back on, got back together. I remember that exact fucking Raw. So. And he was with Kane at the time. It was definitely 99, that fucker. So, yeah. And here, Owen and Jeff are the tag champs. So, anyway.
Is Deborah with them then?
Yeah, she was with him. Yeah. I liked her. She was nice.
Yeah. Lovely cup of tea.
You are?
Made a lovely cup of tea, she did.
Yeah. So yeah. So X-Pac and Owen start. Owen takes the eared, fucking shot off, tackles X-Pac, sleep leap, spin kick, boom, fucking grabs Owen's wrist. Owen does that like spinny, fucking acrobatic reversal from the wrist lock, where he lands on his feet, all that type of shiz. And then, once he's done that, he gives a fucking clothesline, like boom, fucking takes out X-Pac straight away, tags Jeff in, little heat by Jeff. Then they run a spot where X-Pac hits the that fucking flying clothesline he does, and just fucking he does it. Then X-Pac with a headlock on Jeff. As X-Pac's got the headlock on Jeff, there's a blind tag by Jeff to Owen. Shoots X-Pac off. He sleeps. Fucking Owen runs in with a spin kick as X-Pac jumps over Jeff. Takes out X-Pac. There's the fucking heat there. Hard buckle. Fucking no one takes a hard buckle like X-Pac. Fucking hell. It looks like he snaps his fucking neck in half. Fucking that hard. Whew. And he's so small as well. Like fucking it looks bad. So yeah, hard buckle on X-Pac. There's a few little fight backs here and there. Then there's a sleeper by Jeff. X-Pac hits the back suplex. Jeff tags Owen in. I thought this was the hot tag and Kane was coming in, but Jeff tags Owen and fucking Pac can't get the tag. Owen's on top of X-Pac now. Owen comes off the top rope as X-Pac's sparkled on the floor. X-Pac puts his boot up. Fucking Owen runs into that. Boom. And then they go into a double clothesline from that. Then there's the hot tag. Kane comes in. I actually remember watching this match, because I remember this fucking hot tag. I remember the actual match, like the ending where Kane's cleaning house from the hot tag. Boom, 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 boom. And then fucking grabs fucking Jeff's on the floor. Fucking Kane grabs X-Pac by the throat, and I remember watching it as a kid. I'm thinking he's fucking turning on X-Pac here, but he fucking grabs him by the throat for like a chalk slam, but then lifts him up in the air and drops him on Jeff. One fucking 1, 2, 3. Fucking new tag team champs. Boom.
Gosh.
Yeah,
Really
it's fucking really good. That bloody good match. This. Yeah. Well,
in 99.
you can't really. You got 4 guys in there that you know can fucking deliver, can't they? So you ain't gonna really go wrong. But yeah, good match that. To be fair, loved it.
Boom.
We're on a roll.
That was 99, so I'm going to go back 8 years for another Owen Hart match. But this is quite a rare one, to be fair, because he's in WCW.
Oh yeah.
Owen Hart and Ricky Morton tagging. Now, I find 2 fucking wrestlers in the world you'll ever find, I doubt. But they're against Joey Maggs, very capable, and Brett Sawyer, who also wrestles Bart Sawyer. He was Buzz Sawyer's younger brother.
Okay.
There's a right off, like they introduce the people in the ring, and then like fucking Owen here looks amazing. He looks fucking massive. Now, this is only like fucking. Well, he came to Europe in like 90, I know. But this is only like this is 2 years after his WWF run, I guess, as the Blazer. But he looked fucking hench, and you know, he had like a orange singlet on. It looked fucking brilliant. There's a Pillman promo on the screen, you know, the little split screen they do, and it's just saying that his friend is in WCW now, Owen Hart. So it's just kind of, you know, I suppose to the WCW crowd, the Harts weren't as big as they were up north. So I guess it's kind of, and nobody would have seen Owen Hart really because he was Blue Blazer before, wasn't it? And it wasn't like, you know, it was the kayfabe days, wasn't it? So they didn't know it was Owen Hart necessarily. So it was just kind of an association to kind of help Owen along. He wasn't there very long, but anyway, fucking Joey Mag starts with Owen Hart, quick as fuck. Hip toss, drop kick, arm drag, knee drop, another arm drag, and then fucking twists the arm. Ricky Morton gets in and stays on the arm. Fucking hip toss, Japanese arm drag, stays on the arm. It's right quick, this. Joey Maggs is fucking brilliant, by the way. He's passed away now, but he was really capable wrestler. Tags Bart Sawyer in, who gets fucking arm drag straight off. Owen Hart in, snap suplex, boom, big leg drop, pow. Fucking Ricky Morton's in. He does an elbow off the ropes, like being Rick. The commentators say that Ricky Morton is one of the 6-man tag team champions, which seems a bit odd why he's in a match with somebody that isn't also in the 6-man tag champions. But I don't make the rules. WCW, in it, they did what the fuck they wanted. The finish, look, there wasn't a lot to it, but it was really quick, but really simple. It was just kind of arm drags, and you know, everybody had their bit. The finish was just like it was Owen sort of jumped to the middle and then span round for the crossbody on Sawyer. But right. it was short, it was simple, but I wanted to watch it because Owen in WCW was pretty rare.
It was rare, yeah.
I remember seeing a match of his against Rip Rogers singles, and that's all I can remember off the top of my head. You know,
yeah, I've not seen I don't know if I've seen anything from Owen there. I know that, you know, on the Heart of Gold DVD that they've done on Owen, WWE, I think Tyson Kidd was talking, and he said that years ago, like someone told him about a match Owen had in WCW. He's like, what? I never even knew. And, you know, Tyson Kidd didn't even know that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's fucking, that's how rare it is.
Very short-lived, but I do remember the match with Rip Rogers, because at one point Sky showed, they were called WWE Classics, but it was fucking, they showed WCW Worldwide TV, you know, obviously after the buyout, right? And I remember on there, but I don't remember seeing this tag. So, when I put Owen Hart in there and that came up, I thought, well, it's, and because I love fucking Ricky Morton, it might not be the most ideal because there wasn't a lot to it, but it was just fucking good to see. Just something, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Boom. What you got now?
Right, this next one, well, this one is a fucking bizarre one. You ain't gonna believe this shit. So,
but it's after 9. I'm lost. You've lost me.
Well, I said that they're in order, but actually I don't think they are. I think this one is the year before the last one. I think this one's from 98. It didn't have the year on it. The reason I say it's 98 is because it's WCW and it's a tag title match, and the champions are Scott Hall and Giant, which is obviously the Big Show. And I know that when I started watching WCW properly was 98, and they were the tag champs then. So that's what makes me think it is that, that year. Anyway, they're taking on Sting and Bret Hart. Now, I remember this angle they were doing where this wasn't that long after Sting fucking changed his whole appearance, innit? Like, I think he slowly started changing it, maybe 96, 97, but then it was 98, I think, was when I could be wrong, but I think it was when he...
Full crow and baseball bat.
Yeah. So Bret's kind of... People are like, whose side is Bret on? And now this is like 98. So in 98, WCW were doing pretty decent business. That was the year they were fucking... hammering WWF in ratings and that.
83 weeks and all that.
Yeah. So, so at this point, I'm pretty sure WCW were doing well. They were doing really well, I think. And anyway, the match itself, I was quite intrigued with because I actually thought it was quite a good angle. You got Scott Hall and Giant from NWO. And this was kind of like past the best of the NWO, but they were still kind of, pretty hot. And Sting and Bret, and now Sting's all in the crow shit, and Bret's like trying to be his friend. He's trying to give him the high five before the match, and Sting's like, "Nah, fuck you," type of situation. So, so it was kind of like, is Bret on Sting's side? Is Sting whatever? Anyway, so the match goes on, and fucking Sting and Bret, they're not liking each other. Bret and Hall start. Bret working on the arm and stuff. Sting refuses the fucking tag as well. Like Bret takes Scott Hall to him with the fucking wrist, goes to tag Sting, and Sting just looks at him. So fucking Bret, so Scott Hall tried to get away. Bret pulls him back to Sting and fucking literally just tags Sting himself like that. So fucking Sting's got a guan in. Sting does go in then. Sting's in control. Sting goes over to the Giant on the side and pops him. Fucking floors Hall. Sting shining all the way through. Fucking he goes for the Scorpion Deathlock, but Hall just rolls out the ring. Hall gets back in. Then not long after, they do the old knee in the back from the Giant on Sting. Hall nails him with a line for the cutoff. That starts the heat on Sting. Fall away slam by Hall. Front face lock by Hall. Nearly get Sting's pushing him back, trying to tag Bret now. But fucking Bret, like Hall kind of... I like this kind of spot actually, because when they do the old front face lock and you do the fucking false tag where the ref don't see it, like obviously done a million times, and I still like to do it because the crowd still fucking buy into it and shit. But it was quite different here because as Scott Hall had Sting in the front face lock, instead of them doing the false tag where the ref don't see him tag Bret, Hall just kind of releases him temporarily and turns around and pops Bret off the apron. So he's like down, you know what I mean? It's a little bit different, like, and I thought I like that kind, a bit different. And then he goes back in control on Sting. And then, well, it's nearly gets, Hall nails Bret, Sting. Yeah, Sting's fighting back on like both of them and stuff. And then like the finish comes not long after here. So basically, the finish is kind of funny because at first I thought, fucking hell, that's a really good finish. And it adds to the story. And then a few seconds later, I'm like, what a load of fucking shit that was. Because what happened was, if you can imagine, right, Hall's got fucking Sting, like by the arm. So he's holding him like that. Fucking Bret runs in with a baseball bat. And it looked really good because what happened was Bret fucking swung the bat. Sting ducked as Hall still had him, and Bret ended up nailing Hall on the back with a bat. Hall was fucking sparkoed. Sting was there. Sting covers Hall, and I'm 99% sure the ref kind of like I don't think he'd have seen the bat. I think he might have been with Giant. I don't know, but basically what happened was everyone's like, fucking hell, was Bret aiming for Sting? Was he aiming for Hall? Like, what was, you know what I mean? So it kind of made sense because they don't know if him and Sting are in the same on the same page anyway.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, so I really like that. And then the ref counts 1, 2, 3, boom. Fucking Bret runs out, grabs the tag belts, celebrating the tag victory and everything. And in my mind, I was thinking, I know Bret and Sting never held the tag title, so I was a bit confused, like, you know, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, like, this is what pissed me off. Like, the referee just reverses the decision. Like, but I didn't see anyone tell him. There wasn't another referee come in. There wasn't anybody to fucking say. I mean, for one, if he'd have seen the incident, why not just a DQ? Why did he count it 3? And then, like, this is the perfect fucking example of WCW.
For Sting to get the pin, they think they've won, and then the referee says it's a disqualification. Is pretty cool. Did the referee not see the bat thing then? Where was he?
I think the referee, I think he might have been with Giant, like the Giant might have been distracting him or something along them lines. Because it would make sense. I'm a bit confused, like, because the thing is, once the referee made that 3 count, there was nothing to tell him what had happened. They ain't got fucking VAR, you know what I mean? Like, there was nothing to say, okay,
in my head, from, you know, if I was putting it together, all right, fucking boom, Sting pins Hall, out goes Sting, grabs the belt, him and Bret are there with the belts, fucking ref finds the bat in the ring and be like, oh, you cunts cheat. Then it's, you know, then reverse it or disqualify. Makes sense, doesn't it? But there was none of that going on, was there?
No, I didn't see. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's just from what I watched, I didn't see him. Or if he did see the bat, they weren't making a big deal of it, and the announcers didn't fucking clue me in either. And obviously, I'm only watching it on TV, so there might be stuff I don't see. But yeah, but like from like a viewer's point of view, watching it, it didn't make sense because nobody clued me in as a viewer, like what's going on. Maybe the people in the audience seen something different to what I seen, but from where I was, it was odd. But I really liked it initially. I was like, fucking hell, it made sense because the crowd they would have been talking like, was he aiming for Sting? Was he aiming for Hall? Because it looked legit, like it looked like he was going for Sting, but he nailed fucking, you know, Hall. It was like, it was really, really odd, like, you know, really interesting, I thought. And then it just all went fucking tits up, and I was like, well, that's what happened to WCW, isn't it? Fucking load of shit.
They're not showing it. Gosh.
There we go.
My next one, I'm sticking with 91 WWF Challenge. There's a pattern emerging here. New Foundation, because I like Owen Hart, versus the Executioners, Pain and Agony. Pain being Dwayne Gill and Agony being Barry Hardy. Mike McGurk's the MC. Beautiful woman.
That's why you're fucking picking these matches, because they got Mike McGurk on. It's not fucking Owen Hart, is it?
Beautiful woman. Gorilla and Bobby, the commentary. Anvil starts with a fucking like lock up in the corner with one of the Executioners. Big fucking hip hoik out the corner. Fucking 84 foot in the air. The other Executioner comes in and Anvil fucking clocks him as well. Owen gets in opposite corners, Executioners into each other, boing. Drop kick by Owen sends the other one out. Headlock on the other, you know, the one that's in the ring. Headlock from Owen. Owen off the ropes. Tackles the Executioner. Off the ropes goes Owen. Executioner sleeps. He does like a backflip over him. Very smart. Up gets the Executioner, but Owen's there waiting for him behind him. Round he turns, belly to belly. Right good. Owen Anvil tags in. I think these are a cracking team, very much in the Hart and the Bret and Anvil style, because they're totally different, yet still the same. If you know what I mean.
See, I've always said like it's a lot of the times I prefer tag teams like that where you get two totally different people. Like, you know what I mean? Like different styles. Like, I mean, Demolition are like my favorite ever tag team, and they're obviously very similar in their style, but generally, like a lot, I love Bret and Anvil because of that. And like you say, Owen and Anvil was the same thing. It's cool when you get two totally different people. Like, you know.
I'm a little bit confused by the pants.
Oh, the old baggy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose is.
I guess fucking MC Hammer was big at the time, weren't he? So fucking, but I don't know.
I get different gear because they're pushing Bret on his own. So if Anvil would have been in, people would have seen it as Anvil being in Bret Hart's gear, wouldn't they? Because Bret was the star.
All right, yeah.
So I kind of see why they changed Anvil's gear, but the baggy pants confuses me. But it is what it is, isn't it? Anyway, Anvil comes in, smashes the fuck out of the Executioner. Owen in, backbreaker, gut wrench, fucking post the Executioner. Owen sends Anvil into the Executioner, shoulder first, into his belly. Boing. Anvil slams both the Executioners and then rocket launches Owen off the top onto both of them. Very enjoyable. I always enjoy a bit of fucking Dwayne Gill as well. Anything Dwayne Gill's done. Gilberg, Executioner, Ninja Turtle, fucking Dwayne Gill himself. Anything Dwayne Gill and Barry Hardy do are good by me. Yeah. It's it was good to reminisce as well, like, you know, because I watched a lot in 91. You know, that whole sort of late 80s, early 90s.
Oh, fucking love 91. 91, in fact, was the year I fucking got into wrestling. Like, because I've always like wondered, like, when did I actually really start watching it? And I just remember back the first pay-per-view that I remember was Royal Rumble 91. I remember that whole thing, but like I don't remember the Survivor Series before it or WrestleMania 6 the year before. So it was definitely 91 that, you know, so I've got fond fucking memories of that year. Great year in wrestling.
Yeah. You know, some of it was ropey. There's no fucking doubt about that. But they were fucking household names. Wrestling was so big.
They were.
Something I watched, I listened to, like a podcast thing, where I think it's called John Arezzi's Wrestling Spotlight Then and Now or something. It's basically like John Arezzi had this radio show in the late 80s, early 90s, and they review it now. So to see whether what they said was true and fucking how things have changed between then and now, right? And the one I listened to was from like October of 90 or something. And John Arezzi went to an MSG show on a Friday night live, and he said how, you know, the attendance was poor, which it was. It was like 5,000 or something. The MSG's wank in it, but in fairness, when wrestling was able to let people in, drawing 5,000 today, even for the WWE, would have been pretty fucking good, wouldn't it? But he was saying that, you know, the quality of the WWE has declined so much since he started watching wrestling in the 70s, you know, early 70s or whatever. And I'm thinking that's 20 years later, and he's thinking that wrestling's got shit now. And they read the card out for the MSG, and I'll be like, fuck me, I'd go tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'd pay good money to see that shit. But to him, being a fan of the late 60s, early 70s, is the same as us now being this fans of late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've always heard that. Like,
to me, what he read out on what was at MSG, I'd fucking jizz for. It's brilliant, right? But to him, that was a bag of shit, right? And he kept saying no disrespect to the people on it, you know, it's fucking, but it's just not what it was. And you know, he was saying that people that would have been on when he went to MSG in 1970 or whatever the fuck, you know, and it's exactly the same as how we are now. You know,
Oh yeah.
and just to think in people in fucking 20, 30 years from now will be going, fucking hell, it's not what it used to be. Fuck me, Roman Reigns. I mean, he was the god, but I can't see it being like that. I can't see him saying that. But I never imagined until I heard that interview that people would say, you know, they've got fucking Hogan and Piper and Mr. Perfect and Kerry Von Erich, and they're not fucking happy. They want Bruno Sammartino and Pedro Morales and fucking, that shit.
Yeah.
It's just generational, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's weird though, because I totally understand like where people, where that comes from, because like you said, it's a generational thing. But like, I mean, we both love wrestling from fucking way back. Like we can watch shit from the fucking 70s, can't we? In the 60s even, because yeah. And like I don't look at like I haven't watched a lot from the 60s, but let's say 60s for right up until like the 90s. I wouldn't say I have a specific favorite period. Like I don't look at this era being better than that era, or this era being better than that era, but I do look at like the turn of the fucking century, like 2000 onwards. I look at that thinking, you know what I mean? So I've got like a fucking 30-year stretch where I can like, yeah, I like this, I like that. But then, so it's all good. And then it kind of declines for me. So it's not like, for me personally, I don't look at the 80s being necessarily better than the 90s, or the 70s being better than this. It's just like, I think it's all great until, it goes to a certain point. I think really I've not enjoyed wrestling after 2004. Like WrestleMania 20 is the last WrestleMania that I really enjoyed. But like even before that, there wasn't that many in fucking until like WrestleMania fucking, I think 10 maybe. Like 13 I enjoyed like the one match, but the rest of that was wank. But generally, yeah, like 2000s.
I suppose it's the same as anything else, though, isn't it? It's like fashion and music and everything else. So like wrestling's no different. You know what I mean? If like you see old people now in town in skirts and blouses and fucking, shirts and ties, but that's what they wore when they were young. You know what I mean? It's and then they go home and they listen to their music from their generation. And we kind of watch wrestling from our generation. If you started in '91, then that period, if you started watching '91, then you've stuck to that because that's kind of your favorite period. Same as me. I started watching wrestling in sort of 86, 87, but I didn't really get fully into it till 89, 90.
Yeah.
So I had the tape. My mate from school gave me a tape of WrestleMania 5. That's what kind of got me hooked. So yeah, that was like 89. So it's not a lot out, time wise. And
No.
that's stuck ever since. It's just it is a fashion, isn't it? And some people change with the times and some people are comfortable in the clothes that they wear at that period of time. And that's we're comfortable in that sort of early 90s clothing.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's funny because something else that I noticed, which is like you would have heard wrestlers like, and even the argument with wrestlers, every wrestler, everyone that wrestles thinks like their era was the best. You know what I mean? Like I've heard Bret Hart say it. He reckons like the late 80s, early 90s was a fucking phenomenal time. And I'm sure if you ask the Funks, they'll say the 70s or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever wrestler you talk to will say their era is the best. I think that is how it is. But like, I wrestle, but I don't think this era is the fucking best. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, it's kind of funny because wrestlers gone by, years gone by would say that. But I think if you asked fucking Drew McIntyre or fucking Seth Rollins, the best era ever, I think they'd be fooling you if they said it was now. Like, I don't think they could say that because they must know that it's not. Like, personally, you know what I mean? That's just how I feel about it. Like, but
yeah, no, right, bang on. Yeah, I'm intrigued to find out what happens in the next 20, 25 years and to see whether people do say, oh, the wrestling round now is shit. You know what I mean? I'm waiting to see the fucking Uso brothers. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see it happening, but I couldn't. I wouldn't have believed anyone said 90 was shit until I saw that thing the other day. But it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a shocker, that one, to be fair.
Yeah, but I totally get it. On the other hand,
I understand.
Johnny Saint said once that he was told to slow down, which I totally understand, because going back to this is sort of late 70s, the story was from, but he was too quick for people to comprehend.
Right,
Which he was, fucking speed demon, wasn't he? But now when you watch him, he's 400 times slower than anything that's ever going to be put out now. But it's generational. And
yeah.
any old road up, we got totally off the fucking subject. But anyway.
I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about now. I think it's the Harts, isn't it?
That's how we're wrong. Is this your third one?
This is my fourth.
Your fourth. Go.
Yeah. So this one is from SmackDown, 28th of August, 2009. You're like, has that even happened yet? Okay. So here we go on. It is the Hart Dynasty, like Tyson Kidd and fucking Harry Smith, or D.H. Smith as he was called, I think, against Matt Hardy and John Morrison.
Right.
So here we go on. So Matt and Tyson start. Waist lock by Tyson. Fucking Matt goes into a wrist lock, takes Tyson down. Tags John in. Fucking quick tags on Tyson. Hardy distracted by Smith on the apron. Tyson cuts him off. So the Hart Dynasty, I'm guessing the heels. They've got Natalia with them, but they're like Harts, and the fans are liking them. So they're probably just
was there heels back then? I don't fucking know.
I ain't got a clue. But I went through a period round about this time where I wouldn't say got back into wrestling, but I'd watch the pay-per-views and stuff like that. And I really liked Tyson Kidd. I thought he was like a fucking hell of an athlete. Like he was really crisp, and he reminded me a bit like.
Shame that he was cut short.
Yeah, definitely, because he reminded me a bit like Owen, really, like and he was trained that way. So
he's like a mild Dynamite Kid as well.
Yeah, definitely. Actually,
Dynamite Kid former.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, definitely. I like Tyson Kidd watching him. I like the Hart Dynasty, but I preferred Tyson Kidd over D.H. Smith by a long shot. I thought he was fucking brilliant. But anyway, yeah. So so where are we? Yeah, Hardy distracted by Smith. Tyson cuts Matt Hardy off. Little heat on Matt. Matt reverses a neck breaker into like the reverse DDT, like Scorpion Death Drop type thing. Tags Morrison in. Morrison's in control on Tyson now. Then Morrison hits a fucking shooting star, like running shooting star press, from stationary. Where are we, Morrison? There. Oh yeah, it's on D.H. Smith, that running shooting star thing. Tyson comes in and throws out So yeah, Morrison hits the shooting star press, the stationary one, on D.H. Smith. Tyson breaks it up, and then fucking Matt comes in and throws Tyson Kidd out the ring. Matt does like a running clothesline from the apron on Tyson as they're outside. It's quite a short match, this, about 7 minutes actually, but there wasn't like a whole lot to it. Tyson's fucked up outside now because Matt's fucked him up. And then like they go into the inside where fucking, I don't know what he hit on D.H. Smith to fucking put him down, but then Morrison does it's like a split-legged moonsault from the corner, and he does like a twisty thing in midair. It's called the Starship Pain or Starship something or the other.
Yeah, so like half of what RVD does with a bit of a twist in between.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And then basically hits that for the 3 count. So there wasn't really a lot into it, to be fair. But it was an okay match. It was, like I say, 7 minutes long, and it was crisp, it was technical, and very smooth. Probably the weaker one of the four. Well, if you take away the fucking ending from the fucking WCW fucking shenanigans. But yeah, this was probably like the weaker one, because that fucking WCW one, I was pissed off for that, because I was really happy with the ending until they fucked it up on me. So yeah, but this was probably the weaker overall. But it was still okay though. Can't really grumble at it, to be fair. It is what it is, a SmackDown match, 7 minutes. So,
Isn't it? Yeah. Can't.
but yeah,
You can't
no,
have two fucking high ropes at that period, could you?
no.
You might notice a pattern emerging in mine. My
Oh,
last
yeah.
one, 4th of May '92, from prime time. Barry Horowitz and Kato. That's the fucking team right there. Versus High Energy. Yeah, we got Owen Hart again. Because he's the
I
only.
like Kato though. I like Kato.
Yeah,
He's got him on Facebook as well.
yeah, he is, isn't he? I think
Yeah.
I might have got rid of him. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I basically watched 4 Owen Hart tag matches because he's the only Hart worth watching. Sean Mooney and Alfred Hayes are the commentators. Howard Finkel's the announcer. No, Mike McGurk. um. So, Coco's not got his baggy pants yet.
Oh, is he just in his Coco gear?
Yeah. This must be very early High Energy. May 22, this.
Were they called High Energy?
Yes.
Oh, they were. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sean Mooney makes a big deal of saying that they're now known as High Energy.
Right. Okay.
It's the perfect fitted name because of the.
I remember watching fucking Coco and Blue Blazer, actually, like, years prior and that.
And there's a match with the Brainbusters.
Oh, in fact, I think we fucking might have done that on one of the. I might have done that when we done the Iron Tags, I think, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I did notice that, but I didn't pick it because I knew I wanted to watch a High Energy. So I went for Hilly Billy Jim instead. Kato and Owen start relatively slow on the arm stuff, and then Kato cuts Owen off. Top wrist lock. Owen powers out. Hair pulls him to the floor, and then Owen does a fucking beautiful bridge, and sort of nips up out of it. Spins that into a head scissors. Loves the head scissors, does Owen. Backslide from Owen Hart after the bridge and the head scissors. Kato monkey flips Owen onto his feet, and then he swings the boot at Kato. He catches it. Insecurity! Coco and Owen get in for the double line on Kato. Kato cuts Coco off relatively quick. In comes Barry Horowitz in with Coco. Barry takes the best arm drag fucking ever. Like, if there's a man that can take an arm drag, Barry is it. Proper fucking. You know what I mean? Lock up by Barry and cuts Coco off. Whips Coco into the corner. Barry runs, boot. Coco tags to Owen. Owen and Coco in for a double backdrop this time on Barry. Big elbow by Owen. Arm drag, chop, arm drag. Double finger Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Double finger interlock, whatever you want to call it. Again, he goes down with a bridge. Loves a bridge, does Owen. He nips up out of that bad boy as well. Runs up the ropes. Does that thing where he drops to his arse on the top rope and flips over, and sort of arm drags Barry over. Beautiful. Coco lines Barry Horriblewitz when he gets tagged in. Straight off, tagged in, fucking line. Boom. No, I've lost my fucking train of thought. Oh, Kato gets tagged in and takes over on Coco very briefly. Big fucking thrust kick, like, super kick almost to Coco. And then Kato hits the ropes. This is quite odd and a little messy, but it worked. Kato hits the ropes, and as he comes back, it's an odd thing to do because Coco does a bulldog, and Coco's only 4 foot. So Kato hits the ropes, and Coco sort of meets him in the middle and sort of bulldogs him. Obscure, but it works. It's all that matters, isn't it? Tag to Owen. Owen comes in belly to belly on Kato. All 4 men get in now. Barry Horowitz and Kato run together in the middle of the ring after the whips. Coco and Owen go to opposite corners, top rope, both drop kick opposing opponent sort of thing, and then a double pin. So they both get, Owen pins Coco and Owen pins Kato and Coco pins Barry Horowitz. This is my favourite out of the 4.
All right.
Some fine, like 4 fine wrestlers there. Barry, Kato, Owen, and Coco. Fabulous.
I think my favourite was my second one, the one with X-Pac and Kane, I think. Yeah, that's probably my favourite.
Yeah, I was quite narrow-minded by watching all Owen Harts, but, he's fine by me.
I could watch Owen all night long, to be fair.
There were so many good ones to choose from that it was very difficult to pick which. But yeah, fabulous stuff. Monday, King Kong Bundy.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Maple Leaf Garden.
Yeah.
Maple Leaf Wrestling. Next Friday is my tag pick. Potentially, there's hundreds of wrestling tag teams that we could watch. In not many matches, because I'm going to choose tag team battle royals.
All right.
Which I didn't think there'll be many on YouTube, but there's fucking hundreds of them.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's been more than I thought there would be from various generations in various promotions. So, we could see, let's say we do 3 each because they're quite long, some of them. And they're hard to explain anyway, but there's lots of teams to talk about, isn't there? So let's say we'll do 3. We could potentially see fucking 40 teams or more.
Well, yeah, we could.
Bosh. Yeah. Wednesday, King Kong Bundy. I've looked up King Kong Bundy. There's some fucking
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah. I've looked into King Kong Bundy matches, and there's some fucking bouters and some also shit. I'll probably watch
it, actually.
Probably watch a bit of both, to be fair.
Probably, yeah. That's usually how it works, isn't it?
Some are going to be amazing, and some that I'll purposely watch because they're going to be shite.
Or you can watch them because they'll be shit, but turn out to be fucking great, and vice versa.
Yeah. He's one of them that kind of stuck around for a long period, didn't he? Like, he started quite young. The big time with the whole WrestleMania 2 shit. Had a few years there, went away to the independents, came back to the WWF, which kind of upped his money on the independents when he went back again, but stuck around for years. Like, he was doing shit for fucking Insane Clown Posse not many years ago.
Yeah, he was the fucking ideal heel, though, I think. Big fucking ugly, scary, fat-looking guy that would fucking give you nightmares. He was the ideal fucking main event heel to me.
He really was. Yeah, he really was. You weren't going to get a lot of time out of him.
No.
I doubt we're going to find any fucking 30-minute fucking classics on YouTube.
Right? The fucking Steamboat, like 45 minutes.
I can't see that happening. I reckon all of next week's going to be fucking 7-minute tops.
Fucking Monday's podcast, like 12 minutes.
But, you know, it is what it is. Right, yeah, we'll see people then.